Hi there, and welcome to Train Smarter and Harder, adult fitness and sports performance in Brentwood, California. Bright and sunny today. We are in Brentwood, Northern California, not Brentwood, Los Angeles. Train Smarter and Harder. Who are we? What do we do? Why are we here? Well, the name is a play on words. So a lot of people have heard work smarter, not harder, or train smarter, not harder. And we think it should be and harder, because the whole point of doing things intelligently or training smartly is to be able to do more and train more often. So that's where the name comes from. That's also part of our philosophy. So if you come here as a client or an athlete, we'll make sure that nobody gets hurt. Number one, that's our Hippocratic oath. Do no harm, that nobody gets left behind, nobody gets held back, and that everyone feels comfortable in this space. We're all inclusive, and we don't make people do things that they're not ready or willing to do. So let's get on with the tour. You'll also be getting an article with this. People are wondering about how much it costs, how we built it out, what equipment do we have. So I'll lay that all out in an article as well. So let's start in the corner of the gym here. And actually, I'll start with the flooring. That seems to be everyone's most commented on or most exciting part of the gym. It's an epoxy flooring with the flakes thrown. It does not have the glossy coat. That was an extra couple $1,000s. I didn't want to do that, because it has a lot of foot traffic. So we're really pumped about the floor, and also the walls. Our colors are black, gray, blue, and red. You can see here that's supposed to be an arm flexing, and then you got the heart on the other side. So then we had someone come in and help with the paint, because I'm not so great with that stuff, and it was a lot of work. So over here we have our just shelving unit, just storage. I am a licensed massage therapist as well. So I have all my massage stuff up here. We've got our Perform Better ladders, our Eric's pads, foam rollers for our soft tissue work. We've got some sand bells, and we've got our ultimate sandbags as well. And we have a little bit more than we had expected, because we bought a bunch of stuff for the gym that we were originally going to open down the road. This was supposed to be 3,000 square feet, but with COVID, we've decided to open in our garage to start. So yes, this is a legitimate business operation as well. It is not just the coolest garage gym you've ever seen in your life. And so it could be the best business decision we've ever made or the worst. I don't know. We'll find out. Perform Better, thank you for all the kettlebells and the kettlebell rack. We have our lever bells. Oh, I picked the heavy one. We have our lever bells back here. We have our hurdles. And we also have our Kaiser. I gotta thank my friend Gordon for the Kaiser here. Again, we bought this before we knew we'd be doing a garage gym, but now, yes, we have a Kaiser with the compressor in our garage, which I think is pretty cool. It's air compressed, so you can go as light or as heavy as you want. All the arms move. The cool part about this is that you can do, unlike the weight stacks with the plates, you can do all sorts of cool dynamic stuff that you wouldn't be able to do with a regular pulley system. And then we have an AED, we have our first aid kit, fire extinguisher. We do assessments here as well if that's something you're interested in. We do use the functional movement screen and certified functional strength coach, and we combine those two together to make our assessment. We have an assessment for adults. We have assessment for athletes specifically, because we work with both. We actually have two sets of power blocks, one here, one in the corner. We also have a extra set of dumbbells from our old gym that Jenny and I used to just only work out in. Here we have our boxes, and we also got this awesome speed pad from Perform Better. Basically, this just replaces a treadmill, because I wasn't going to do a treadmill. Ooh, that's loud. We don't have a treadmill, or I wasn't going to buy a treadmill or space for it, but this thing is like running through mud. You got to get your knees up. We're running through tires. Makes you super tired in about 30 seconds. So we didn't need to get a treadmill. And we have our hand sanitizer, our paper towel rolls. Over there we had all our cleaning stuff for keep the COVID away. We have over here, you gotta have a TV for the big game, of course. How am I gonna work out if I can't watch TV? Speakers, everything is complimentary here as part of your training session. We have an espresso maker, we've got drinks, we've got mints, all the cables, free Wi-Fi if you want it from the house. We'll go next to the rack. So this is a torque rack, and the reason why we bought a torque rack is because behind this is a medicine ball wall. I didn't want to, I don't want to say ruin our garage, but I didn't want to destroy a wall in our garage to put in a concrete wall. So I found a rack. This is the only rack I could find with a medicine ball wall. But you can do all your medicine ball work here against that wall. We've got the multi-grip handles, we've got the barbells, it's got a landmine unit over here, we've got the crash bars, it's got ropes, bands, mats, we have all our Form Better Extreme med balls over here, women's barbell, 15 kgs, trap bar, and we got bumper plates. Perform Better is sending us another shipment of bumper plates in the next few weeks here. Most things are actually on back order right now because everyone's building home gyms. We have our TRX, all sorts of exercises we can do there. Then we've got on the final corner here, we have our Mike Boyle stand, also known as a rear foot elevated split squat stand or single leg squat stand. Much more comfortable than trying to put your foot up on the bench. Like I mentioned, our second set of power blocks. We have our slide board back here, another slide board for lunges and body saws, mountain climbers. Everyone's favorite, Airdyne bike. And finally we have our prized possession here, which is our torque tank. So yes, it is a very expensive sled. What I like about it though is that you don't need any plates. It's almost like a spin bike. When you turn the dial on the spin bike and the resistance gets harder, the faster you spin. These little levers here change the resistance on both sides so that you can, and it's got wheels, so you can push it up and down the driveway. We had originally bought another sled, but we don't have any turf anymore. So turf would have been great, but we don't have the space for it. So we bought this monstrosity. I love it. Jenny loves it. We also have all the different hookups or belts. So you got that waist belt, you've got a shoulder harness, we've got handles, so you can do all sorts of reverse sled drag, lateral sled drag, towing, pulling, pushing, all the great stuff. So my favorite piece of cardio equipment, but also my favorite piece of leg equipment, or strength, leg strength and power equipment. And that's it. So I don't know if I missed anything. Did I miss anything? Okay, well, we'll come over here to our ginormous whiteboard. Maybe a little too big for our garage, but we have it now. So we have trainsmarterandharder.com is where you can learn more about who we are and what we do and what we offer. Also, our prices are there. You can also find us on Yelp, Instagram, Facebook, Google, and YouTube. Everything is Train Smarter and Harder. All of those social media items that you can find us on. The last piece actually is I want to show everybody the side yard that we're going to be building out for our sled and for hurdles and for our speed work as well, because as you can see right now we just push up and down our driveway, which is at a 3% grade, so that's kind of cool, but it's only 15 yards. So it might be good for dynamic warm-up, but it's not going to be good for long sprints. And if you've been listening to Mike Boyle, Mike Boyle says that every new gym should have 30 yards of space. No question. If you don't have 30 yards of space to run or sprint, don't even open it. So I got you, Mike. Here we come back here. Now, from the door to the end of the shed, disregard all that wood, that's our old fence, to the end of the shed is exactly 30 yards. So we're actually going to get this fence replaced on August 17th, so in the next month here. It'll take about a week, and we're going to have all this, they're going to put concrete in, so it'll actually be a little bit further than 4 feet by 30 yards for us to run, sprint. We'll have lasers to time you. We'll have hurdles out here, and we'll have that torque tank sled out here for sled pushing. So if you're interested, go to trainsmarterandharder.com. On the upper right hand corner is a book now button. We do free consultations, so you can come by really anytime you find on that schedule. You can meet us. We'll do a free workout with you. We'll do the same gym tour again if that's something you want to do. And if you have any questions, please reach out to trainsmarterandharder@gmail.com. Thanks for joining me on my tour, and I hope to see you soon.